Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Please do not send money to these up people. Lahaina_Ohana_Venmo is directly delivered to the families in need.
People are suffering at their most. They can't even believe it happened.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's saying, we're going to take it for the state and make a memorial? How about give the people their homes back? And then I said, well, how much would it cost to rebuild every house in the Maui fire? And it's $5 billion. $5 billion something.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like accidental money. But there's no talk of doing that.
Hey, ever wonder why Oprah's not exactly the hip-hop community's BFF? Let's rewind. Oprah's always been pretty vocal about not being a big fan of hip-hop, but there's this one moment that really kicked things off. After that, it's like the hip-hop world declared war on Oprah. She doesn't stop there either. Ice Cube? Banned. 50 Cent? Yep, they've got beef too. It's like a never-ending saga of Oprah versus hip-hop. And let me tell you, the hip-hop community doesn't take kindly to it. This feud, it's got layers, it's got drama, and it's got everyone talking. So, if you've ever wondered why hip-hop's #1 public enemy wears Oprah's name, get ready to dive deep into the juicy details. This is where it all started, and trust me, it's a wild ride.
Every time she made a mention to hip-hop culture, it was something that was wrong with it. And it was something that was on my CD that was the largest debut.
All right, let's break it down. Oprah Winfrey's TV stuff is no stranger to drama. There was this big fuss over an episode of Iyanla, Fix My Life. Iyanla, Fix My Life is a TV show where people go to fix their messy lives. It's hosted by Iyanla Vanzant, a tough love guru who helps folks work through their problems on camera. One famous episode featured DMX, the rapper known for his music and his struggles with addiction and the law. Now, DMX's life was no walk in the park. He battled addiction, had run-ins with the law, and was trying to sort out his family stuff. So, when he agreed to be on the show, he hoped it would be a chance to sort things out and maybe get some closure. But things didn't go as planned. Critics say the show didn't give DMX the support he needed. Instead of helping him, it seemed like they wanted drama for the cameras. One big issue was when they surprised DMX by bringing his sons onto the show without telling him first. That really rubbed people the wrong way because it turned a personal moment into a TV stunt. And it didn't stop there. Iyanla Vanzant, the host, didn't exactly handle things with kid gloves. Instead of being understanding, she got into a big argument with DMX on camera. That just made things worse, making DMX feel even more upset and angry. The fallout was huge. Fans and critics blasted the show on social media, saying it was wrong to treat DMX like that. It made people think about whether reality TV goes too far in the name of entertainment. Immediately after the show aired, his publicist released the following statement. Iyanla did not fix DMX's life, just made his image worse, and does not have DMX's personal written consent to use the footage. And, while Iyanla recorded a heartfelt open letter to DMX as a follow-up to their interview, that wasn't enough for the rapper. According to TMZ, DMX has mentioned taking legal action since Iyanla was never supposed to address his addiction and issues with women. Iyanla set the whole thing up to make me look bad for ratings, stated DMX. That lady is toxic. The DMX episode of Iyanla Fix My Life wasn't just a TV drama. It sparked a big debate. People wondered if the show's producers were more interested in ratings than helping DMX. It made folks think about the line between helping someone and making a spectacle out of their pain. And then there's Iyanla herself. Normally she's tough but fair. But with DMX, it seemed like she went too far. Instead of helping him, she made things worse. And that got folks talking about whether her approach was right. After the episode aired, DMX was mad. He said the show made him look bad and wanted the footage taken down. He felt like they didn't show the real him and just wanted to make him look like a mess. Now, it's no secret that Oprah and 50 Cent haven't exactly been besties. In fact, they've been on opposite ends of the spectrum for a while now. Whether it's personal beef or professional disagreements, they just can't seem to see eye to eye. During his rise to stardom, 50 Cent wanted to solidify himself as a success by making an appearance on Oprah, who was a huge Oprah fan, that he's doing something productive with his life. But when the idea was pitched to Oprah, she made it clear that she wasn't interested in what 50 Cent had to offer. She was completely against everything that was in my music, 50 said. So she ain't never going to have me on that show. I'm never going to reach that platform, which is confirmation of you being a huge success. So I just said, okay, if we can't be friends, then at least let's be enemies. After realizing Oprah wouldn't invite him, 50 Cent went full 50 on the talk show host. The rapper berated her fan base and even named one of his dogs Oprah. But that's not the only reason why Fifth doesn't like Oprah. So there's this hot tea going around about Oprah, and it's seriously scandalous. Rumor has it that she's been turning her back on black artists and cozying up to none other than the snooty Hollywood elites. And get this, some of these elites include controversial figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Oprah and Harvey used to be tight. She even defended him, which is pretty shocking considering how bad his actions were. Some say Oprah might have even encouraged actresses to get involved with Harvey. They had a very warm friendship, and the photos show. Some people actually believe that Oprah convinced some actresses to hook up with Harvey Weinstein. In fact, Rose McGowan tweeted out, "I'm glad more people are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't." Oprah did try to talk about Harvey once, but it seemed like she was more interested in protecting him than calling him out. The photos of them together sure make it seem like they were good pals.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, whatever is the silver lining. And so I think this is a watershed moment.
Of course, Oprah is trying to switch the narrative and make this about everyone else but Harvey. But we need to talk about the bizarre contrast in Oprah's behavior when it comes to dealing with people like Harvey versus dealing with someone like Michael Jackson. The one who kicked off this revelation party was Ludacris, calling out Oprah for using her show to trash the works of artists and basically make them look like something they're not. Ludacris had his own run-in with her, way back in 2005. So, Luda and the crew from Crash hit up Oprah's show to promote the movie. Right? Sounds cool, but nah, Oprah had some other plans. Instead of giving Ludacris a chance to talk about his role, she straight up put him on blast for using the N-word in his music. Luda wasn't having it, though. In an interview, he spilled the beans, saying, "I was there for Crash, the movie." And basically, she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie.
I was there for Crash, for the movie.
Yeah.
And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You know, you didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music.
Right.
Now, here's where it gets messed up. Luda, being the smart dude he is, fired back with some real talk. But Oprah wasn't having any of it. She cut out Ludacris's comeback, making it look like he just took the hit without saying a word. Luda spilled the tea, saying she was able to say what she said. And then I had my rebuttal. And when I saw the final show, her words were in there. It was in there, but mine weren't in there. So it just looked like I kind of took it. And the crazy part is, the Ludacris thing with Oprah wasn't even a case of some personal beef or feud. It was just out of the blue, which makes it all the more mind-boggling. But according to the rumors swirling around, Ludacris was just the tip of the iceberg, giving us a glimpse into what Oprah might be capable of doing to innocent artists just because she feels like it. So, remember when Oprah Winfrey seemed to throw some shade at the king of pop, Michael Jackson, after he passed away? Yeah, that was a low blow. Let's rewind a bit. Back in '93, MJ gave Oprah a super important interview at his Neverland Ranch, which was a big deal because he was famously private. Oprah used that interview to boost her fame, even claiming she and MJ were tight. But after Michael passed away, she did a total 180. She tried to smear his reputation by talking about the allegations against him, especially after that Neverland documentary came out. And here's the twist. She interviewed Wade Robson and James Safechuck, the guys who accused MJ of some serious stuff. But get this, those accusers actually took back their words, saying they got it wrong and MJ wasn't the bad guy they made him out to be. So why did Oprah decide to stir up more trouble? Some folks think she's just looking out for herself, not caring about the truth or anyone else's feelings. It gets even juicier when Oprah faced the music for her actions, and she went all defensive, claiming she was just trying to raise awareness about SA in the industry. But here's where it gets a bit eyebrow-raising. Oprah's sudden championing of the Me Too cause seems a tad hypocritical. You see, she's got these strong ties with none other than Harvey Weinstein, the guy who's been accused of, you guessed it, SA. Now, How does that work? Oprah, the supposed advocate against SA, rubbing elbows with someone in the industry who's facing those very allegations. So, back in early 2019, there was this documentary about Harvey Weinstein called Untouchable. It didn't make a lot of noise, and Oprah didn't really talk about it. But then there's this other documentary about Michael Jackson called Leaving Neverland, and Oprah decided to give that one a big shout-out. Harvey Weinstein's case was pretty open and shut. He was found guilty, no doubt about it. But Oprah didn't seem interested in giving his victims a platform to speak out. It made folks wonder if she was trying to protect Harvey, her buddy, while shining a big spotlight on Michael Jackson. And let's not forget the timing of all this. Michael Jackson had been gone for years when Oprah decided to dive into his story. But Harvey Weinstein was still around, facing the music for what he did. Why wasn't Oprah talking about that? It made people wonder if she was playing favorites or trying to cover something up. The contrast between how Oprah treated Michael Jackson and Harvey Weinstein got folks talking. It made them wonder if Oprah was really all about justice, or if she had some other agenda. With so many victims coming forward against Weinstein, you'd think he'd be getting as much attention as Michael Jackson. But Oprah's silence on his story made people wonder what was really going on. People were freaking out, saying Oprah was mixed up in some kind of dark stuff. The rumors got so wild that Oprah had to step up and say something to set the record straight. Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been or arrested. Just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody. All right, check this out. 50 Cent just dropped some serious bombshells about Oprah. He's saying she's calling out black folks accused of bad stuff but ignoring white big shots doing the same. Remember that big deal Oprah made with those guys who accused Michael Jackson of bad things? Yeah, Wade Robson and James Safechuck. That interview went viral after HBO's Leaving Neverland aired, and 50 Cent's not holding back, saying Oprah's only shining the spotlight on black folks and leaving the white ones in the shadows. That's some serious tea he's spilling. I don't understand why Oprah is going after black men. No Harvey Weinstein, no Jeffrey Epstein, just Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons. 50 once wrote on Instagram, Oprah feud with Ice Cube. Ice Cube dropped some truth bombs during a chat with Tucker Carlson on his new Twitter show. He spilled the tea about feeling snubbed by big shots like Oprah Winfrey and The View. Apparently, they ain't rolling out the welcome mat for him. According to Cube, when he tried to strut his stuff on The View, the producers gave him the cold shoulder, saying some of the hosts weren't vibing with him. Ice Cube suspects it's because he's got his own mind and ain't just following the herd. He even wonders if they're afraid of a little independent thinking. Then there's Oprah. Cube feels like he's been left out in the cold there too. He's scratching his head, wondering why the queen of daytime TV ain't giving him the nod. Back in the day, Cube figured he'd be the poster child for Oprah's success stories. After all, he's from the streets, made it big, and always keeps it real. But nah, he's been left out of the party. Even when he had hits like Barbershop and Black White, he still didn't get the golden ticket. This ain't the first time Cube's been throwing shade at Oprah. He's been calling her out for years, saying she's got a bias against hip-hop. Other rappers like Ludacris and 50 Cent have also taken shots at Oprah for not giving them the love they feel they deserve. Even Gayle King once stepped it up to 50 Cent, asking him why he's dissing her girl Oprah. But it ain't all beef. Kubi and Oprah did manage to bury the hatchet once. He even appeared on her show back in 2012. But now, it looks like the feud's back on. Ice Cube ain't holding back, and he's airing all his laundry about being snubbed. You know how sometimes things get real messy in Hollywood? Well, there's a big old feud happening between Oprah Winfrey and Snoop Dogg, and it's making waves. So here's the scoop. Oprah's been in some hot water lately because of a documentary she's connected to about Russell Simmons, who's been accused of some pretty serious stuff. Some folks are saying Oprah keeps going after black guys in the entertainment biz while buddying up with powerful white dudes like Harvey Weinstein, who's got his own heap of trouble. Then, on a Thursday morning, Snoop Dogg decided to fire back at Oprah. He posted a pic of her chillin' with Weinstein on his Instagram, slamming her for it. He even brought up that whole Michael Jackson mess and said Oprah's hanging out with a known rap. Ouch. Now, here's where it gets spicy. Snoop's post was probably his way of clapping back at Oprah for something she didn't even do directly to him. See, Gayle King, who's tight with Oprah, got some heat for asking Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant's past, and people were not happy about it. King got slammed online by folks like 50 Cent and Vivica A. Fox. King tried to explain herself, saying her network took her interview out of context, but Snoop wasn't buying it. He's standing his ground, not letting up on his beef with Oprah. So, what's next in this Hollywood drama? Who knows? But one thing's for sure. When it comes to Oprah, Snoop Dogg isn't backing down anytime soon.